your network determines your net worth. The people you know determine the money you make. So it's important to be meeting new people.
But let's go back to when you said something about the gold rush, and we are in the gold rush time right now, the new, digital gold rush. Oh, yeah. Here right now with my guy, Metro. Man, listen. If you're looking for somebody who can take you to the next level in regards to your social media presence, in regards to, just really getting you some leads on Instagram and just bringing all those people into you instead of you going out and finding those people, this is the guy. If you are interested in AI and how AI works, he has cracked the code. So I want you guys to pay close attention to what's about to happen right now in this conversation, because my boy Metro is about to take you guys to a whole different dimension that you never even thought it existed. Metro, what's happening with you, my guy?
It's the deal, my guy.
Oh, man. Good to see you too, man. We about over 25 years strong down there, man. Something like that, man. That's crazy.
For sure. Good 20 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like easy. And so, yeah. Almost 25.
Yeah, man.
So good to see you doing well as well. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you being here, man. I've been watching you, dude, and I've been seeing you move, man, with this business, man, this BizTalk, man, and it's crazy because I've actually been interacting with people who use your service, and I've used your service, and I use your service, man. So it's an incredible service, and I want you to explain to the people just a little bit, starting off, what it is that it does.
So it's real simple. Basically, we use AI to put Instagram pages on autopilot to engage and interact with a target audience. So if you have a business, say you're a rapper, right? We can target other rappers' pages that have the audience and fan base that you would want, right? If your music is similar to Wiz Khalifa, right? We can target Wiz Khalifa's page and then have your page automatically interact with his followers, likers, so that those people will see you and then they be thinking, dang, this guy's kind of like Wiz Khalifa, and they more inclined to follow you, listen to your music, buy your merch. And it's an autopilot system that engages with thousands of people per day. We engage with over 100 to 200,000 people every month, hands-free, without having to do anything. All real accounts, all real people, no fake followers, none of that. Just real engagement.
Yeah.
Connections.
That's crazy. And you started with music, man. Like, do you have a connection or love with music in regards to, your background?
Of course. We here in my studio right now, Timeless Music Studios. I'm a music producer. I run a record label, 5 artists on my label right now. So BizTalk, my marketing agency, was born out of necessity of my own music career. So I, was using this to promote my music. And then now I've kind of expanded it to be able to help out all types of entrepreneurs, anybody that has a business or service. Even one of my artists, Nikina, I found her because of the BizTalk service. Like, my BizTalk service had my page interact with Nikina's page, the R&B girl I let you hear earlier.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then she saw my page and was like, and she saw we were having an event. And she was like, hey, I want to perform at that event. And then I saw her singing on her Instagram page, and then I was like, man, this girl's voice is crazy. And I ended up signing her, and now she got 50, 60 songs out. She got 30,000 followers on Instagram. She performed the national anthem at the Clipper game this past season. So yeah, her fan base is growing, every single day. So it's the real results.
That's crazy. So if you're a business coach, fitness coach, life coach, what else is out there, man? Athlete, musician, cook, you name it. It doesn't matter. Like, my boy's business can really help your business make more money and get more leads. So the way it works, just because like I said, I used it before. So the way it works is basically, and correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, but you have a bot, an AI bot system, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a software system, proprietary system, our own system that we built from the ground up.
Wow, that's incredible, man. So take me through that, before we even go into what it actually does. So take me into, like, the system a little bit on the back end.
Like, how it works?
Yeah.
So basically, I hired a developer to kind of put this all in place. And basically, it mimics the actions that you would already do on Instagram. So every action that's on Instagram, viewing stories, liking posts, commenting on people's pages, sending DMs, interacting with people's story polls and sliders. So when somebody puts up the little poll and be like, should I wear the blue dress or the black dress? My page will automatically be like, the black dress, right? So now she sees Metro, the CEO, and she's like, who's this guy? And she's curious, like, how does this guy find my page? He doesn't follow me. Why did he engage on my page? Now she's looking at my page. Now she's looking at my content, right? And then if she likes what she sees as far as my content, she follows me. Then we have what's called a welcome DM set up. So every new person that follows my page will automatically DM them, right? So it could be like, hey, thanks for the follow, you know, blah, 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 whatever it is you do. So this sparks connection and like engagement, you know, and to build relationships, because that's a key thing, to be able to build relationships on Instagram with the people that are looking for what you offer, you know, so that you can get to making money faster. A lot of people don't use their social media, specifically their Instagram, to make money, and that's the main thing they should be doing. You know, in this day and age, your Instagram is your online resume in the world. You know, if somebody saw me on the street, you wouldn't think too much. But if you see my Instagram account, you're going to be like, oh, this guy is somebody I probably need to know and stuff. So you should be curating your Instagram page as like a resume to entice people to know about what it is that you do, who you are, what you have going on, basically.
Yeah, and that's crazy too, man, because like sometimes I'll be going through my stories and I see like a page I haven't recognized before and it got a blue check on it, and I go to the page and it's like somebody that's actually famous. And you know, I know a lot of famous people, but I don't know this person. I go look, and they actually, you know, interact with one of my posts and stuff like that. And I'm like, huh. And it always comes to mind like, oh, that's my boy, man. That's my boy's business. That's his client, you know what I mean? And they're interacting with my stuff, man. And I went to their page to check it out. And that's actually how me and you got back connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you liked one of my stories, and I was like, Mitro, oh, snap, that's Mitro, man. Let me, Mitro, hey, man. And we here now, dog.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I signed up for your biz talk and everything, and we sitting right here, right now, talking about it.
Like, we would have never got reconnected without it. So it's like, that's how real it is. So people think I'll be trying to sell them something, and I'm like, no, it's called Biz Talk because we be talking business. When you using this system, it's gonna make you meet a lot more people that you can do business with. I'm not here to sell nobody followers and make you viral, none of that stuff. I'm gonna connect you with people that you're gonna have conversations with in your DM, you're gonna get on the phone with, and money gonna start getting exchanged in some type of way. And that is something that never gets old. You know, I've been doing this for 9 years. I've had my agency for 7 years now. I've had over 800 clients. I have about 200 that's active right now. So the fact that it reconnected us, right? And you used it, and here I am now getting an interview, right? Which is helping me get more publicity. So it's like a cycle that just feeds into itself over and over. Since my page is touching 5,000 to 10,000 people every day, it's only a matter of time before I'm gonna hit one of my homies or somebody I went to school with or somebody, like, you know what I mean? And then they see me, and here we are. Yeah.
So how's this business like? And I don't want to just focus on what it's done for you, because I know what it's done for other people, and I know what it's done for myself as well. So just imagine, right? You're literally just at home, getting ready to wake up, and you look at your Instagram feed, or you look at your Instagram, and it's all of these things just love. You got all these DMs in your messages, right? You got all these DMs. And it's people that you never even knew you interacted with, but it's the system that did all the interaction, right? So now you go into the DMs and you start these conversations. Now you're leading them into what it is, the product that you sell. I don't care if it's real estate, coaching, like I said earlier. I mean, it don't matter what it is.
You can do hair and nails. You can be a girl in Detroit, and I can target other girls in Detroit and then send them an automatic DM like, hey girl, you so pretty. If you ever need your nails done, hit me up. And if that's going out to thousands of girls every day, how many girls you think gonna come by, get their nails done? They're gonna be like, oh, okay. And you right in their city, and now your clientele is going up. So if you do that for 6 months, 9 months, you could easily have 200 recurring clients. Now you got to go open up a spot, a brick and mortar spot to actually bring people to, because you can't have that many people coming to your house, right? So business is growing. So,
that's cool, man. So okay, so let's say this company, right? Does this technology only work for people with large followings?
No. When I started doing this for myself, I only had 2,000 followers. Now I'm at 105,000, and I've never went viral or nothing. You don't have to have a certain number of followers or anything. Like, we can grow anybody's page a solid 300 to 500 followers every month of people that are genuinely going to follow your page, that are real people that are in your niche. So it don't matter how many followers you have, it can work for anybody. It's not geared to a specific person. If you have an Instagram page, you have a product or service that you're trying to get out to the world, we can help you.
Wow. So do you focus only on Instagram, or is there other social media platforms that you can use this technology?
This specific tool is only for Instagram, but we have other tools for like LinkedIn. Okay. So we can do the same thing on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is more for like a lot of just business type people. So if you're trying to connect with other entrepreneurs, so we can do the same thing for LinkedIn. For artists and stuff, we do like Spotify playlisting and ads and stuff like that along the music side. But yeah, it's this specific tool with BizTalk is an Instagram specific tool.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you talked a little bit about music and how, BizTalk came from pretty much using this to acquire, more clients to sell music to, or, to work with and things like that.
Yeah.
Can you go a little bit into your musical journey?
Yeah.
So people can connect with you and let,
Yeah, so I grew up in LA. I'm about to be 41. I've been doing music since I was like 19, and I've been taking it serious all the time, but I didn't really start making headway until about 2008, 9, 10, around that time. So working with like Glasses Malone, Dom Kennedy, J-Rock, I produced songs for Raphael Sadiq, Brian McKnight, the East Siders, like Corrupt, a lot of West Coast stuff. I'm very home based in LA and the West Coast and just taking care of home. And yeah, I'll be building my own label. I'm kind of focused on building my label, Timeless Music, and my artists, Cashboy Tax, Nakina, Jay Anders, Lil Penny, Blue Rags, free Blue Rags, by the way. He's locked down right now, but he's gonna be back home soon. And yeah, just kind of building up my own conglomerate, my own like group of artists and stuff. So I just focus on doing the beats here at my studio. We record the songs here, mix them, and then I use my agency BizTalk to market the songs through Instagram. So all my artist pages are hooked up to the agency thing. So I have like Nakina's page, the R&B girl, right? Her page is targeting like Ella Mai, Summer Walker, Janae, Ashanti, Beyonce, right? All the girls that are just R&B girls, right? So then when people see her, we already know that those are those type of fans. For Lil Penny, we targeting Lola Brooke, Lotto, Ice Spice, Megan Thee Stallion, the City Girls, right? All the female rappers, right? So it's just simple, like, and that's how we kind of rocking it every day, just making new music, putting records out every month. We just put out something yesterday. For Penny, we put something out a week and a half ago for Nakina. So yeah, it's just kind of keeping it going.
Yeah, that's tight, man. Because we actually got connected on music too back in the days. You know what I mean? Like you was making beats, I was doing the raps and stuff like that. And man, it's just crazy how everything just turned back around full circle, man. And now, you're a successful entrepreneur. I'm a successful entrepreneur, and we're just here doing what it is that we do and trying to just expand our minds and expand our lives and expand our businesses and help others at the same time as well, man. So it's just like, basically, man, like if I go back into time, I would never imagine us being here right now in your studio when we started off just off on a computer with a computer mic.
Coming to your house and go record in that closet and all that. Like we didn't, it was just for fun. Like, you know what I mean? If you could see this now, if they would have showed us a glimpse, it would have been like, dang, that's crazy. Like, but it would have let us know like, hey, that's I guess what's gonna come the road that we have to go through to get to this. I guess it lets you know it's worth it.
Yeah, right? Yeah, absolutely. So for some of the young entrepreneurs out there right now that are doing the business and things like that and are trying to expand and grow, what is some advice you can get them?
The first thing is personal development. You know what I mean? Like really getting your mind right. And that comes with reading a lot. Like reading a lot of books. A couple that I can give you guys that I've read, I have a whole library of over 100 books easily. But the main one that really changed stuff for me was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Those two books really like turned on a lot of light bulbs in my mind and kind of let me know that things that I was thinking were things that I already felt innately. They were correct. You know what I mean? So it made me trust that a lot more in what I was feeling. Another book is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Just from the title of that, like you should know what it's about. Like you should know how to gain friends and influence people to see your things your way. You know how to persuade people to kind of go along with your ideas and things like that. You know what I mean? There's a ton of other ones, but I would just say starting there, and then you would naturally find your own. Robert Greene, Mastery, Atomic Habits. It's just a lot of different books like that just really kind of taught me and helped me just see the world in a different way and kind of made me approach things. So I would say if you ever trying to level up, the main thing is you have to level up your own mind first. Your mind is going to dictate your thoughts going to dictate your actions going to dictate the results you get, and the results you get going to dictate the lifestyle you live. and we all want to live a better lifestyle, but you got to be able to break those things down and understand you can't skip steps, you know what I mean? You can't lead yourself somewhere that your mind isn't thinking, you know what I mean? The reason you might not be making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month is because you haven't leveled up to the person that deserves to make that type of money. You can't make the type of money being the same type of person. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And just going a little bit, deeper into what you're saying, it's crazy because when you come across people who have actually read these books, it's a language that's being spoken without even having to speak it. But you say certain things that you know that this person is well read. For example, with Think and Grow Rich, my biggest takeaway from that book was Mastermind Alliance. You need a Mastermind Alliance, which is a conglomerate or a group or even a person that's on the same thought frequency as you, trying to reach the same goal as you, and you guys come together, work together to get there. Outwitting the devil, about smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and churches being
the drifter,
the drifters.
The drifter thing was the biggest thing with that. But like you said, church and school, all those things being a scam and all that. Like certain people will be like, "What are they talking about?" But if you read the book, you'll be like,
"Yeah, you speak the language."
It'll make you start to be kind of like, "I see how these things can control people and why most people aren't successful, why most people are in poverty and struggling and stuff. Is because of these systems that are kind of created to kind of hold people down." So people will look at us as like radicals or like we're just going against the grain and they're just anomalies or something, but it's like you just have a deeper understanding of like the rules of the game and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And when you actually apply the principles that you learn out of these books, you just start moving a little bit differently. Even with how to influence people and win friends. Remember people's names. When you shake somebody's hands, hold the elbow, or the forearm, and look them in the eye and stuff like that. It's just certain subtle things that you do when you actually start reading these books. But the way you incorporate it into your business is basically by applying what it is you're learning, at least one little bit every single day. So going back to the Mastermind Alliance, I want you to speak to me about how important it is to have a team when building a business and actually even producing music and going into the music industry as well.
So before I add to that, one thing I'll just say about these books and stuff is like, even in How to Win Friends and Influence People, it tells you like, this information in these books can be used basically for manipulation. And it tells you, don't use these things for like bad, because you can like talk to people and lead them somewhere that they don't even realize that you're leading them through in the conversation. But if you know somebody else who's read the book, you can kind of pick up on the things and stuff, and that won't be able to happen to you. You'll be able to do it to other people in a sense. That's how I've been able to build a record label and build a brand, my New Legends brand, and like just different things to get people to follow the vision of what I have, because I implemented these things off these books, and these are things I read in 2013, 14, because I had hit 30 years old and I felt like, damn, I'm like behind on my dreams and goals, and like I'm not where I thought I was gonna be. So I was just like, man, I had to hit a reset button. I really went into like personal development and stuff, and now 10 years later, I'm like, I feel like I'm 10 years ahead of people. Like I feel like I was 10 years behind 10 years ago, and now I feel like I'm 10 years ahead. Like in 10 years, I went 20 years, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll be trying to tell other people, like, if they 23 or something, I'm like, bro, like, listen, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen to what I'm telling you, it'll help you.
Does it ever frustrate you when you see so much potential in people that they don't see themselves?
All the time. And that's one thing that, the bad thing with me is I'll see somebody and they have 1% good potential of something. I'll see the peak of what they could be, and I'll be like, so there's a chance. I don't even look at the 99% of like, this is a red flag completely. I'll be like, this person could be this. And then I'll start like trying to help them and stuff and like trying to do that. So that's one thing I have to kind of chill on, because I'll be seeing the best in people all the time of like, if you just do this, 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 and this, you could be this. And then it's hard to get people to do those things, because a lot of people are set in their ways. Right. They just like, they have a certain mentality and they just know, they only know these certain things, so telling them to do something else is like, it's like telling a fish to climb a tree. Like he can't comprehend that, and he gonna think you're an idiot because he can't do it. You just keep him in the water and just let them, But go back to your question. I'm sorry. You said. So
the question was basically like talking about Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich, and how he breaks down the Mastermind Alliance. How important is having a Mastermind Alliance with growing the company?
Yeah, because I mean, even me being the CEO of my companies, I don't have all the answers, right? And then even like you said in the mastermind thing, you can get a lot further in life by using other people's ideas, resources, knowledge, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's not, you're supposed to actually do that. You're only going to be on earth for 80 years, hopefully, and you don't have time to be trying to figure out every single thing. There's other people that are experts in things. I don't need to figure out all the camera work. He knows it, right? Like, so I could just talk to him and be like, hey, I got this, you got this, let's just put it together, peanut butter and jelly. You know, it's a lot of things I could say to that. It saves you time. Every relationship you have is one of two relationships. They're either symbiotic or they're parasitic, right? A symbiotic relationship is peanut butter and jelly, right? It's when you just fit. It's a win-win situation, right? A parasitic relationship is one person leeching off the other person. And if you think of any relationships you've had in your life, anybody you know, these relationships have been one of these two. You want to cultivate more symbiotic relationships where it's a win-win. Because say if me and you go into business together, and if one of us feel like we getting slighted, the business is going to stop after a while. It might go fine for a little bit, but if one of us feel like we getting shortchanged, we're going to be like, we're going to cut it at some point. And that could be, yeah. So you want to make sure both sides are winning. So whenever you structure masterminds or partnerships, don't just think about your side. Think of the other person's side and how can you give to them and help them and make them feel appreciated or get into their goals as well, because then they're going to be more inclined to want to help you, and then y'all can go up together. And if you have 5-10 people doing that, it's like, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? You can look at it in rap. A producer and rapper, Snoop and Dre. If you just have two people on the same accord, the world will get out of their way. Yep. Like, everybody will move out of their way. Snoop and Dre, YG and Mustard. Like, you just have two people that have the same vision and they working towards it and be consistent and persistent. Everything will get out of your way. Everything will become to you. So it's important to, you know, build these friendships, these partnerships, be likable, have a good personality, know how to, you know, be friends with people, not being an asshole all the time.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think a lot of people are just lazy these days as well? Because it's so much that people know that they don't apply. Like, what do you think is the gap between knowing and applying? I'm
going to steal something from Andrew Tate. And he said most people are not like rich or getting where they want to. It's because of one of three things. He's either lazy, stupid, or arrogant. And it's never the one that you think. People aren't really lazy. If it's certain stuff, they'll get up and go to the party or go to whatever thing it is they want to go do.
Right.
Most people aren't that stupid. Like, if you tell them some information, they can grasp it and apply it. But the thing is people are arrogant. Like, even when I talk to people about BizTalk, they be like, oh, I want to grow my page organically. And I'm thinking, did you drive here? Did you walk organically? Are you using a cell phone? Are you paying your cell phone bill? Are you using technology? Or did you write a letter and send it on a pigeon? Like us as humans create technology to save ourselves time. We don't have all the time in the world to be trying to figure all this stuff out. I'm 40 and I'm still trying to figure out the world. I'm still like, wait, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? So it's the arrogance of, like, instead of just being like open-minded to more information and just taking in other people's knowledge and stuff. I love reading Napoleon Hill and Jim Rohn and Dale Carnegie, and I have a piece of these people's knowledge in my brain. It's not just me you looking at. I got Napoleon Hill in my mind. I got Jim Rohn here. I got all these other people and stuff, and that should be something that you should be trying to implement into your life to help you get to your goals. Like, you know what I mean? That's just the point.
You know, it's crazy though, when you talk to a person who's not on that can always go over their head. So, like, how do you justify who you're going to actually speak to on that level in those languages, opposed to just speaking to them dumbing it down and speaking to them on their level? Like, how do you justify when you
always have to talk to people at their level so that they can understand. So I always try to talk to people where they at, not like where I am. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing growing up in South Central Watts. I talk to plenty of hood dudes and all that, and I can talk to white boys that's you know, Ivy League schools and stuff like that. So one thing I've learned to be real is, like, something I read in the book as well. It said, when things are going really well in the world, economy-wise, only 5% of people are rich or wealthy. And when there's depressions, recessions, all of that type of stuff, only about 1% to 2% are rich. So it made me stop being on this like crusade to try to save everybody. It made me realize like 9 out of 10 people are not gonna get it, regardless of what you tell them or anything. Like, so it's kind of like, I try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and plant the seed, but it's on them to water it and do all those things. I can't sit there and water everybody's, seeds, and some of those seeds are gonna get stomped out by people. The plants start growing a little bit, and somebody just come and stomp it out. It's like, that's what you have to be leery of too, real quick. Like, the people you're around. So, using people, right, for your benefit isn't a bad thing. If you abuse people or misuse people, that's bad. But you should use other people's resources and stuff to benefit your cause. But you have to be like aware that when you're building something, other people are out there to like stop it flat out, like actively. Think of when you're on the beach and you're building a sandcastle. What's the first thing somebody else want to do?
Tear it down.
Kick that shit over immediately. They don't care that you building something. The main thing is, I'm about to tear this down. So if people do that, and we've all been that person who kick it over, like, you know what I'm saying, to some degree. So
like Snoop, when what's his name was building, the little baby boy was building a little fort. Fuck your fort.
Yeah, exactly. Like, exactly. People are gonna do that. So if I'm trying to work with my artists and build them up and stuff, I have to protect that, like, because other people will see, oh, he got this artist over here. They'll see Nakina and be like, I'm gonna try to get over there and get at her and try to distract her away from this. Also look like she on her way there. So if you have a plant that you're building and you watering it and it's barely coming out, it's still fragile. Somebody could come and just pull it out, stomp on it, and just kill it, right? You know what I mean? So you have to like protect that until it turns into a big ass tree that you can't really chop down. You gotta hack away at it or something crazy to chop it down, right? So it's
that's crazy.
It's hard to just be like, I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and give them the insight, but I can't do it for them. Just like somebody couldn't do it for me. I had to sit and read the books myself. Didn't nobody free me. Like, you have to free yourself. And if you waiting on somebody to come save you, it's not gonna happen.
So you've been through some ups and downs in life, you know what I mean? You gotten yourself through a lot of trials and tribulations, man. And like, when you just sit back, dog, and you by yourself, and you just think about some of the stuff you've been through, and you just like, damn. Like, how do you analyze life at that point, right? Like, is it this big old thing that we make it up in our heads, or do you feel like it's just something that people just here to just do? You're just here to live life. You know what I mean? All right, let me make it a little more simpler, right? I feel as if I break things down to the simplest form, and I'm gonna try to do that right now. I feel that in this world, we're literally just cells inside of a larger body. You know what I mean? Inside of our body, we have cells inside of our body that's making our body work. Inside of those cells, there's cells inside of that cell. So it just keeps going down and down and down until, I mean, infinity in my eyes. So sometimes people get so caught up in, oh man, my life is doing bad, my life is doing good. You know, I'm on the downswing, I'm on the upswing, because it's a roller coaster. But don't get too caught up in what the hell life is throwing at you, man. You just got to live it day by day. So what is your example, or what is your advice to somebody who may be on a downslide right now, knowing that you've been through some stuff and you've always come up because you're undefeated? We all are if we still here living. Like, what is some of that, something that you can give somebody that's like down right now, man? That's just like, fuck.
Well, one day for good or bad, one thing for me I always think about is everything changes. Like, nothing stays the same. So if things are going bad, it has to go good. And if things are going really good, like, that curveball might come, like something might happen. Somebody got to get that call, somebody passed away or something crazy. Those things happen. But like you said about the cell stuff, right? The job of a single cell organism, a single cell, is to pass information. That's the only job. So if we're made up of trillions of cells, what are we doing right now? Passing information. All we're doing is passing information. Because as human beings, you just want to help other human beings. Our job is to procreate and keep the human race going. Outside of everything else that's going on, humans are here to keep other humans going. We don't want to go extinct. We ain't trying to be the dinosaurs. So it's, hey, I figured out this. I'm going to give it to you so that you know, and you younger than me, so you can tell your kid and so and so and so, you know what I mean, as time goes on. Like, even thinking of something as remarkable as books, right? Writing. think about it. Humans created writing to pass information into the future. Think of how brilliant of a concept that is to be like, I know something. If you're a caveman, hypothetically, let's just say not a caveman, but let's say 5,000 years ago, and you know you have to walk through this jungle, past this lake, to here, and you know there's always this panther that pops out right here, and this is here. Eventually, you're gonna tell your kids, hey, we have to get over here to this water hole, but there's always this panther here, and we can't let it. Killed the homie one time, so I got to make sure my kids, who's only 2, knows when he's 14, you're gonna have to go to this water hole, but you got to watch out for this panther, right? How do I communicate that to him? So for you to be able to figure out language and then write it out and write books and pass it to people is a brilliant thing. And then for us to be here in 2024, heading into 2025, and people don't read, is so disrespectful to the people that were here 100 years ago, 200 years ago, that took the time to learn and was like, I'm gonna do this and dedicate my life, like Napoleon Hill, who went and made Think and Grow Rich and interviewed all of these people for his whole life. And Dale Carnegie told him, hey, when you go do this and you go spend 20, 30 years doing this, you're not going to get credit for this book until about 50 to 100 years after you die. And for Napoleon Hill to be like, bet, and still go do it, is crazy. So for me to be here and reading that book and be like, dang, this really changed my life. It's like Napoleon Hill's life wasn't in vain because he passed it to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I try to do the same thing for other people. It's like pass the same information that I know, the things that changed my life, to be like, hey, this will help you. This will help you get to the goals that you want so that you can further the world and impact the world positively and all of those things. So
do you think the Bible was written like that? Do you think the Bible was written from past collective experiences that continue to happen and then finally it was like written down and documented?
Yeah, I think it's like with Nipsey being on the wall, right? If a bunch of people start writing stories about him, right? Like, yeah, this dude did this and this and this. It's kind of like the telephone game as well, right? If you start telling a story, it kind of becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. It kind of gets changed a little bit in different ways. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like it was just a bunch of people telling stories about this guy that lived. You know what I mean? Like some people, I don't want to get too deep into religion talking here because that's a super sensitive subject, and my views are very off the wall, I guess you would say. They're not the conventional ways that most people, view things, so I don't want to go into that. But I view Jesus as no different than me and you. Like, he was a man that walked the earth, he was a solid dude, and he had a bunch of homies that wrote about him. Like, that's basically what it is. Like, now, God is a different thing, a different energy, and something that is I feel like, in all of us. Just, that's what gives us the ability to create and do these different things. That's God, right? But Jesus, I feel like, was just a man that was here who was just trying to live life the right way and do things a certain way, and people just wrote about him. It was like people being like, oh, he took a fish and fed 1,000 people. It's like with bread. It's like, oh, he probably made like tuna and crackers. I'm just saying, like that's just like when you think about it, like it can sound magnified, like he fed 1,000 people with a fish, and it's like, well, if you made tuna, right, and you had some bread and made crackers, you could probably give everybody a little bit of something, right? So, but when you tell it in a story, it sounds much more magnified and like,
Speaking of Jesus and all that, I know you don't want to get too deep into that, but I'm gonna take you guys somewhere else, and then we go talk with the culture, right?
Yeah.
I personally feel that Nipsey was the modern day Jesus. I feel Nipsey was the modern day Jesus, and what went down with Nipsey and Shady was actually more deeper than what we seen. It was more on a spiritual level. We seen it on a human level, but it was actually on a spiritual level because Nipsey, at the age he died, and the things he was doing for the community, how he spoke the community's language, and it was just like on a spiritual level, that entity was not supposed to be here. Every time that entity is reborn into this world, it's wiped out. By a different entity that's here, that's born to wipe out that spiritual entity, right? So when anytime the Jesus is reborn and start making noise in this world, then the Jesus killers are always going to start being the ones who are eyeballing that. And even if you don't know why I'm about to kill this dude, I'm about to kill this dude just because my spirit is telling me to.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it was a spiritual warfare that nobody really knew what was going on from the outside looking in. But when you really tapped in, you can see that it was spiritual entities that were really battling each other.
Yeah.
And it was living itself out in Nipsey and other people, you know? So that's what I think about that.
Oh, yeah. What's up, my future real estate moguls? Welcome to Parasitic Systems, which stands for Plug and Play Real Estate, where we're all about helping you shine in any market. I'm Francis John Nunez, and I am absolutely thrilled you decided to stop by. Imagine having compelling letters ready to go for off-market prospecting, client acquisition, referrals, buyer and seller correspondence, and so much more. It's like having a secret weapon in your real estate arsenal. But hold on, because we got something even more exciting for you. For a limited time, we're offering our complete real estate letter bundle, not for the regular price of $1,798, but for an exclusive price of $298. Inside the bundle, you'll find over 300 letter templates that cover every aspect of the real estate game. Each template is crafted to captivate and engage your audience, saving you time and ensuring that the message hits right on time every time. And all you have to do is put your name on it, your email, phone number, and DRE number. Isn't this wonderful? But look, here's the real game changer. You can now take your marketing to the next level effortlessly. Just add your information, change the photos, and customize the colors to align with your personal brand. Elevate your brand and captivate your audience with a diverse range of templates. Don't miss out. Seize this opportunity now. Upgrade to the complete package and transform your real estate promotions like never before. Just click on the link below and unlock the power of over 70 templates for today's exclusive price. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to what fellow real estate professionals are saying about how these letters help transform their real estate business.
I just got the Parasitic system, phenomenal system, a lot of value to it.
Here outdoor knocking today, we're gonna do 25 doors at least. We have our Parasitic systems with us.
And the Parasitic system is amazing.
As I started to really sit down and look at, okay, well, what are some of the areas that I want to focus on? I'm like, wow, this program has everything and more.
Dude, if you're a new realtor in the business or even a seasoned realtor who's been in the business for a while, you want to check out his content. It's full of content. He has a vault full of content. It'll help generate more business for you.
Like, I am a new agent, but it's helped me get through my process pretty simple. Like, I don't have to feel any anxiety that I'm messing something up or saying the wrong thing.
I'm a new agent, so I feel like this is gonna blow up my business.
If you're a real estate agent and don't have the Parasitic system, you're missing out.
Parasitic Systems, I want to thank you so much. Everything that I do, all I have to do is just plug my name in and boom, start sending away. I really appreciate you. This is an awesome system.
And I think what I love most is the intention behind it. Like, it's built by, realtors for realtors. And it's just a full circle program. And so just want to share that. I love it. So, and I think you will too.
So check it out. I think it's worth every time and every penny you're gonna spend on it. And if you don't try, you will never know.
Get it today, order it. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. This is a really good system.
Here's to your success. See you on the other side.
Man, but let's go back to AI, right? Because you mentioned something about, the humans are just here to, help each other and to make sure that we stay here. Now, with AI being incorporated, with robots being incorporated, I feel personally that we have willingly given our soul to AI. The way I look at it is basically from Snapchat days and beyond. As soon as you remember when Snapchat first came out, they had all these funny filters and stuff. You smiling, you're doing all these facial features, and they're capturing your facial features and programming the AI bot, or the AI main brain, which you can call God for AI, and that main brain is programming all of AI and all of robots and stuff like that. They're gonna have our souls, our expressions, everything like that. Now, the way AI is being built is honestly a way I felt that one way or another we were built. See, Elon is creating these robots to slave for us, to do things that we don't necessarily want to do anymore.
Yeah. As humans, we spend a lot of time doing tedious, ridiculous tasks that we don't be having time to fucking do. Just being real. Like, we don't have time to be scrolling on Instagram and liking photos and like washing dishes. And there's bigger things to worry about as a human. So
So the thing is that with that being said, right, so we are literally putting our souls into the AI so the AI can act in our image, in our form. So let us make AI in the image of us, right? That's pretty much what's happening right now. And they're going to do the things we don't want to do. And on top of that, it's always been in the movies that this is going to happen. Now we're literally living it, right? Because
I mean, I think they were desensitizing us.
well, yeah.
Like,
Well, they know
like,
they know that our minds are blank canvases, so they can draw anything they want in our minds by putting us all in front of a screen. And if you get 1 million people in front of a screen, and then we all have manifestational powers, then we manifest everything that we've seen on that screen to come to real life.
Exactly.
You know, so that the movies are actually telling us what's about to come next. And the thing with AI, again, going back to this, is that we literally, like I keep saying, we literally are putting our souls into AI. The same way we're creating AI, I feel is the same way we were created. We were created for a higher race, a higher being to slave for them. And then eventually they kind of feather off a little bit, but they're still here. Everything is still here on Earth. You know, for example, right? I don't think anything's coming in and I don't think anything is getting out. And the reason I say that is because I feel everything is already here.
You sound like the orbit of Earth?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the reason I say that is because I feel everything's already here. Just like ants are already here, roaches are already here, elephants, lions. But you never seen a lion or elephant just walking down the street, or you know what I mean. You never seen a monkey just knocking at your door on your Ring camera or anything like that. But they're here, right? And then the closest thing to us, just 2 DNA strands off, is a chimpanzee.
Yeah.
You know, and then just imagine, right? I'm gonna take you here, and I want your thoughts on this. So I heard Neil deGrasse say something. He said, the chimpanzee is only 2 DNA strands off of a human being, right? But I want to say this. Think about 2 DNA strands more than a human being. What does that look like? If just 2 DNA strands more than a chimpanzee can do all of this, studio talk, have cameras set up and do podcasts and all that shit. Like, what does 2 DNA strands more than us look like? And I think that the 2 DNA strands more than us is actually the people who's ruling the world. So when you say them, they, you know, the government now is past the government. Everybody knows that the president don't run nothing. Everybody knows that the government don't really run nothing. But it's the ones on top who are looking at us in this ant farm that are really running them things, running everything. And that's the people who are minimum 2 DNA strands beyond us. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's an interesting analysis. I can't say it's right or wrong, right? I think also, like you said, like with just the ebbs and flows of like life and people being down and things going up, I also like, in 5,000 years, none of this will matter. None of these songs we made, none of this that we're doing will matter. So kind of you don't need to take yourself too serious, because it ain't gonna matter. like okay, maybe 100 years, 200 years, you can leave an impact, but 5,000, the only people we know from 5,000 years ago is King Tut, Cleopatra. We don't know none of the other people that was living in Egypt, none of the people that built the pyramid, none of them. So don't trip too much. You're gonna die at the end of the day. It's kind of like, just enjoy the ride while you're here. Like, you can't take it too serious because you're here in the blink of an eye. I already be thinking I'm 40. I'm halfway through life already. Like, damn, that just, like, I was just 14 years old. It seemed like, it's just like, how do I got an 18-year-old son? It's like, I'm gonna look up and be like, I'm 60 now. Like, that's just what it is. So I say, main thing I try to do is show gratitude. I try to have gratitude for everything I do have. I'm very grateful for my wife. I'm very grateful for my sons. I'm grateful for this studio, be able to make the songs that I've made and that they're out in the world. And I live through those songs. I live through those drums. I live through, you know what I mean? Somebody will hear those songs 500 years from now and be like, what's this? And just play it. Like, you know what I mean? Hopefully they have a way to preserve our music and all these things. We live in a new Renaissance era right now, which is very, very cool. If you think back to like the 1700s when art and sculptures and Leonardo da Vinci, all of that type of stuff was first being created. We live in that time now. Like, so all of these, like, look how many cameras we have right here, and YouTube and all these different ways that this era is going to be very much captured. Like, people will be able to see hundreds of years from now Kanye West concerts and like just how things look, Beyonce and all that. That's not going to be like forgot about. So I feel like it's hard to say how long this era of 2020, the pandemic, and now, let's just say the 2000s, how long will this reverberate into the future to where it don't really matter? Like when year 3000 come, 4000, well, give a damn what we was doing. This would seem so primitive and so like,
I can't believe they were making beats by hand.
yeah, like he didn't just think of it and it just manifested. Like, who knows what it would be? You know what I mean? Because a lot of the stuff we doing, we live all of our ancestors' dreams right now. You know what I mean? Like this is like ridiculous, the stuff that we have. So I tried to like stay present and like take advantage of it, like while it's here. Like I got tripped off of social media. Like YouTube came out in 2009. I remember, no, 2004. I remember it started paying in 2009 for views. But I remember in 2004 when it came out, and they were like, yeah, this is going to replace TV. And I was 19, and I was like, what? Like, how is something going to replace TV? Like, I just couldn't see into the future that would happen. Like, you know what I mean? I couldn't imagine Mr. Beast or Kai Cenat, like, streaming. Our parents telling us, y'all wasting y'all time playing video games. All y'all do is play video games. And now the richest people in the world are, like, video game streamers and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'll be thinking, like, I didn't have to do any of this. I could have just been playing video games and playing 2K online. But I didn't know that it was going to grow into all these things. So I try to just be grateful, man, that we in this really cool era where it's just, we're in a digital gold rush. We're literally in a digital gold rush. And I know I'm kind of all over the place.
Attention is the new currency, they say.
Yeah, I'm a little all over the place, but
no, you good.
Like saying with the digital gold rush, right? Like when everybody moved to California to try to dig for gold, a lot of people feel like at that time, oh, the people that got rich were, you know, people that were panning for gold and they made money. The people that got rich were the people that were selling the pans and selling the shovels and the pickaxe. Because everybody didn't find gold, but you needed a shovel to dig to at least go look. So if you were the guy out there with the shovel for sale, like, here you go, they probably sold 100,000 shovels. Like, you know what I mean? 1 million shovels. So they for sure got rich. And that's kind of how I feel what my agency is. I got the shovel for people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? On Instagram, I'm the one that's digging. Here go the shovel that you need. You can't dig without this. You know what I mean? So it's just helping people see the time that we in. A lot of people still think it's 2013 or something, and they don't realize, like, we creeping into 2025. It's.
I'm gonna drop you off right here, go around the corner and pick you right back up. Before I do that, man, I just want to shout out, man, my camera guy, man. He been here solid, man. Josh Simmons, you know, Simmons Creative. If you need anything, you know, we're gonna write his name somewhere on this video, man. But he doesn't get enough credit, man, and he doesn't even ask for it. But I'm taking the time now to shout my boy out, man. He's been a real one, riding with your boy, and we here now. I mean, this is our 9th episode. About to go on to our 10th for season 1, and then we got season 2 coming in. So, listen, dog. We talked about AI and how AI. You said something about how AI is doing the things we don't want to do necessarily, and I think that's an incredible analogy because that's kind of what you've already created. You created an AI system that does what people don't want to do, which is go through all of their friends' stories or go through people that don't even know stories, like, engage, and get the engagement back in the DMs. So that's what I want to give you credit for, you know, immediately, is because you found a gap and you actually filled it, but we need people to actually know, you know, where to get it, how to get it, and then that it's out there, because not too many people in the world. It's less than 0.1% of people in the world that do what you do. Exactly. Like probably even less than that. Exactly. It's a niche market, man, and people don't even understand that it exists, bro. So like, just make them understand, make them aware that it's here, and how to get it.
Man, I mean, hit me up directly. Follow me on Instagram, Mitro the CEO. I'm sure he'll put it on here, Mitro the CEO. My website is there, biztalkmarketing.ai. All the information is there. I have plenty of testimonials on my page. I have 200 clients right now, over 800 total have worked with me. This is just something like that people don't know exist. It's hard to put it into words, like a comparison. It's like, okay, it's like people want this tool, but they don't know how to ask for it. It's like when the horse and carriage was there, if people, and they were riding the wagon, they were thinking like, I need to get there faster. But they couldn't tell somebody, hey, I need a car. They just was like, I need more horses or something. I need a faster horse. Like, and that's where cars have horsepower, right? This car got 200 horsepower. It's like riding 200 horses, right? So it's kind of like that same analogy of moving people from something that's old to a new system. Like, it's like going from cash to Bitcoin. Right? People still ain't caught that. Like, people see Bitcoin here, but they still don't really understand that system. And so all of these things, the main thing I can say is just dive in. It's like the internet. It's like when the internet first came. You're going to use it at some point. And if you don't use AI, AI isn't going to replace you. Somebody like me that's using AI is going to replace you. So you should be the person that's using the AI because you're going to be doing it anyway. It's like if somebody was telling you in 1996, 97, this is like that time all over again, right? But imagine if in 96, 97, you made a website and you was selling shit on the internet with PayPal. In 97, if you did that in your room, just made a website and was selling stuff, like nobody was thinking to do that. That wasn't, if you were, you would have made millions of dollars because nobody else was doing that. So that's kind of how this is right now with AI. It's like another reset button, like when the internet first came, but it's bigger.
Do you feel at any moment that you're ahead of your time with this thing? Like people aren't ready for it yet?
I've been ahead. I used to feel like, back in 2017, I used to say I'm like 3 to 5 years ahead. Now I feel like I'm like 7 to 10. Like I feel like what I'm doing is like 2030s stuff. That's why when I'm talking to people, it sounds like I'm speaking Klingon or Star Wars language or something. People don't, and to me, I'm like, what do you mean you don't get it? Like it's simple. Crazy. Like I'll put it like this. BizTalk is like if you told your little cousin to sit on the couch and go interact with all these people for you. That's it. And then people are going, it's the universal law. If you show love, you're going to receive love. So we have a system that shows love to 5,000 to 10,000 people every single day. So if 10% of those people come back to your page, that's 500 to 1,000 people a day coming to your Instagram. Now the question is, what do you have on your Instagram that's going to make these people care, right? Like if you come to my page, you can see different things. I have value. Excuse me. They see a picture of me and Dr. Dre. They see me with my kids. They see me moving around, so they see like, it's compelling. That's the word. Yeah. You know, you want to have something that draws people in and like valuetainment. Give some value, but entertain people at the same time so that they want to come back. It can't just be fluff. You can't just give somebody sugar all day. They want some meat and potatoes to what they're doing. You know what I mean? And that's what make them stick to you.
I'm going to drop you off and I'm pick you right back up again. So, let's go back to when you said something about the gold rush, and we are in the gold rush time right now, the new, digital gold rush and whatnot. Now, every time I think about gold rush, I always get this picture in my head of a man that's, hacking away inside of this mountain or whatnot, and he just stops because he's been hacking, and then he just stops. And then in the picture, what we see, looking at the big picture, is something that they don't see hacking, which is the gold right there. All you need is just one more hack. Bam! You hit the gold, but you quit right before you hit the gold. Now I'm going to pick you back up. People don't understand that this isn't going to be, well, actually, when I used it, I seen it was like overnight. It was literally like 24 hours, and then I seen interaction. I woke up the next day, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like, that's how it is.
And I don't know if it's like that for everybody. But when I did it was like that. So, but then people are going to do it, and then, it might be some days just like life, where it goes down, goes up. And the thing is, just don't quit. So how can you talk to that, like people who started, quit it, and opposed to just going straight through? Like, what is the difference that they're going to see?
It's like a snowball going downhill. It's an avalanche. Like you said, as soon as I start, you're going to notice the difference. As soon as I plug your page in 2 to 4 hours, you'll notice the difference because your page is interacting with people. The main reason why you guys aren't growing on Instagram is because it's like everybody's standing on a pedestal, right? Imagine everybody in a room, billions of people standing on the pedestal, and they all looking at each other and they like, come love on me. Come show me love. My page is getting down off of the pedestal and going and liking all these people's stuff. Hey, I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. I like what you're doing. So that's bringing people to me, right? Main thing is building momentum for your page. If you putting out, it's one hand washing the other. You have to have content. I can engage with a bunch of people for you all day, but if you got 1 or 2 posts on your page, those people are gonna come to your page, look, and go, and then leave. And then you're gonna be messaging me like, why I'm not growing, because you don't have no content on your page. So you need to be consistently posting. You don't have to post all day, every day, but you should post once a day, I would say, at least. And then if you start and stop, I mean, people do that at the end of the day, but it'd be like your cell phone. If you had your cell phone on for 2 months and then you're like, I'm gonna turn it off for 3 months, and I'm gonna turn it back on. It's like, how much did you miss in those 3 months? You don't even know the calls you missed, right? So it's like, if you have the service on and your page is constantly hitting people. Like I told you, I met the founder of Timberland Productions. You don't think that's important for me as a record label?
Right.
Like, this could be the dude, he could see me as the next Timberland and be like, come on, I got you. You got the next Aaliyah with Nikina? For sure, let's do it.
Right.
And that came from this. Your network determines your net worth. The people you know determine the money you make. So, it's important to be meeting new people. And this system is designed to just help you build your network. It's built for brand awareness. It's built to put you in front of more people. So whatever it is you're doing, if you're an artist and you're like, I just want to get my music to all DJs, we can target just DJs, we'll interact with them, strike up a conversation with the auto DM, then you can collect their emails. So now when you're putting out your single, you have an email blast list that you can send all these DJs your record, right? Yeah. I helped this one woman from Seattle, bro, find love.
What?
Like, she was telling me about, we was just talking, I was helping her with her page and with her business, and then she was telling me how she wants to, like, it was just casual conversation. She told me she wanted to, like, meet somebody and she was lonely and da-da-da, and I was like, you know what? I was like, what kind of guy you want to meet? She's like, I would like somebody in the medical field. I'm like, all right, and you're in Seattle? So I just start targeting, like, Seattle doctors, lawyers, medical stuff, and then I changed her targeting to only men. Her page started talking to those people, and in 2 weeks, she hit me like, I have like 10 dates set up already. With all medical professionals, and they have no idea that that's me.
That's crazy.
One of my partners, he was from Portland. He went on vacation in Miami. He's an engineer. And I was bringing him customers. He told me he was going to be in Miami for a week.
Right,
and I was like, bro, you got a girlfriend? He was like, no, I'm single. Why? I was like, I got you. I was like, I'm about to lace you. He was like, what? I was like, I'm gonna change your targeting to just females in Miami, and we're gonna send them a heart eye emoji, and like, we're gonna get the conversation started. He hit me 3 days later, like, bro, my DMs are going so crazy. Like, I can't, like, crazy. This is like, it's like fishing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Directly to who you want. So if you can think of it like who it is you want and you can communicate it to me, I can target those people and get you in front of them. Then it's on you to have the mouthpiece to talk to them.
So the clearer they are, then the more you can help.
Exactly. So I can target by hashtags. We can target locations. We can target your competitors' pages. We can target specific keywords, you know what I mean? So whatever it is, like, through a combination of those things, we can, like, hit the people you want.
Yeah, and you already got, like, targets already set in place, too, for people that's just kind of plug and play. Like, all right, I know exactly what you want. Boom. This is what's working for my other clients.
Exactly.
Boom, plug you in. Boom. They'll see those immediate interactions. It's just like, wow, I mean, that's incredible. So what about somebody who is thinking about doing the OnlyFans? How would this help somebody like that?
I mean, I've helped people with OnlyFans. With the women, it's even easier because women, if a girl's page like Nikina or Lil Penny's page likes somebody's story, guys are thirsty. So they see, who's this girl? And then they thinking, not only did she like view my story, she liked it. You know, that make you pop up at the top.
And interacting with my poll.
Yeah, so they thinking, she trying to get my attention, right? So they come to her page, like all her photos. What's up, little mama? DM her, do all that stuff. Baby? And then I have the auto DM set up. Oh yeah, check out my new music video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. She not paying attention to them at all. So for a girl with OnlyFans, I can target, this is what I've done. I've targeted the top OnlyFans content creators, the ones that make the most money, right? And they have the audience. So then we have our client page target the followers of all these other OnlyFans people, target only the males. Then they page start interacting with them, and then boom,
let's do this like that. I want you to really look into the camera and really talk to anybody who's out there thinking about an OnlyFans, starting up an OnlyFans page and really trying to get their following up or whatnot, man. Like really talking to them and let them know, listen, if you got OnlyFans, this is for you.
All right, yeah. So look, for OnlyFans people, it's a lot of y'all girls out there. I've talked to plenty of y'all in my DM. I've tried to explain this to y'all and it doesn't seep in, right? I don't know why, but you need to open your ears and listen very closely. We can target the men, the guys that are spending money, that are buying from all these other OnlyFans girls. We can target those pages and make your page interact with their clients. So when those guys see you, they're gonna go, oh, I found me a new OnlyFans girl to subscribe to. Now, if your page is doing this and interacting with 100,000 to 200,000 people every month, imagine if you do this for a year. That's 1.2 million accounts minimum you just interacted with. 1 million to 2 million accounts in a year. If you got 1% of those people to buy, that's 10,000 to 20,000 people.
So explain, what is it that your AI company is going to do for them to get these people and get them in front of these people?
It's engagement. We're going to make your page engage with these other people so that they see you. If you want to make a sale on the internet, there's 3 steps. You need visibility. This is what I'm going to solve. I'm going to make you visible to people. Then you need to build a connection. You have to talk to these people. They're not going to just come to your page and just sign up. You have to have some type of conversation. Then from the connection, you present an offer. Hey, I like you, and here's my OnlyFans link, and I'm gonna actually give you the 50% link off for the first 2 months. So now they feel like an incentive, and they feel like you're looking out for them, right? But if I'm bringing you, if your page is interacting with thousands of people per day, 50 to 100 people are gonna DM you every day. If you talk to these people, you should be able to get 10 to 20 of them to subscribe to you every day. If you're doing this for 6 months, it's just a numbers game. This is where I'm saying the snowball turns into an avalanche. You know what I mean? So just to tell you guys this, being honest, I've done this for myself, but I created AI models. You guys have seen on Instagram those little AI pictures of girls. I have a partner that makes photorealistic photos of women. We have, I don't want to say X-rated photos of these AI models, but we'll say topless ones. Me, myself, and my partner created an OnlyFans account for our AI models, and we put the content there. I'm using BizTalk to drive traffic to it. Guys are subscribing to my AI models OnlyFans, and I'm receiving the money. Like, what else do I need to tell people? Like, I'm telling you the secret.
That's crazy.
I'm telling people what it is I'm doing.
Hold on, man. They gonna have to just get in contact with you, man, because you about to just go crazy, man. It's a lot more, man. We done talked about that. We didn't even bring out on here, man. But you did give a lot of gems, bro. Like, a lot. So, you know what I mean? Listen, man, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in today, man, to the Yumpyard podcast. Again, I got my boy Mitro right here, biztalkmarketing.ai. If you want to go to his website, that's how you visit him, man. And, you know, any other way that they can get in contact with you?
Yeah, just directly my Instagram. I'm always on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I get a ton of messages there, so I respond to everybody. So send me a DM.
What's your page name again?
Mitro, the CEO.
How you spell it?
MEETRO. THECEO. You know what I mean? So just send me a DM, shoot me a follow. I'll chop it up. We'll get on the phone. I'll explain everything to you. I work with all my clients one-on-one. You know what I'm saying? So you'll work directly with me, and we'll get you the goal that you want. We'll get you on the right track of where you need to be and stuff. And then it's on you to take the momentum that I'm bringing you and the motion that I'm bringing you and capitalize on it.
Man, as you can see, my boy is a boot full of information, literally. So get in contact with him, pick his brain, you know what I mean? Make sure that, you know, you come correct, because he ain't got time for everybody. So make sure you come correct.
I'll just say this too up front. My services start at only $197 a month, okay? So this isn't free, but it's not overly expensive. $197 a month, average, you're gonna gain 500 followers a month that are in your target niche. Your job is to make money off those people. Make more than the $197 a month you spend with me. And then also I'll pay you guys for referrals. If you refer somebody to my agency, BizTalk, you'll get a commission off that as well. So you can make money with me. So like I said, I create win-win situations. So I want to work with each and every one of you guys that watch this video. Don't hesitate to reach out to me and we can win together.
Oh, yeah.